So today, we are diving deep into one of Africa's great capitals, Nairobi. We're going to try to understand its vibrant, complex, and, let's be honest, often misunderstood identity. When you think of New York City, a certain image just pops into your head, right? You've got the huge skyscrapers, the yellow cabs, that nonstop subway hum. And for a long time, people have tried to slap a similar label on Nairobi, calling it the New York of Africa. It's catchy, for sure, and it's meant to convey this sense of scale and economic power.
But is that all there is to it? I mean, does a simple nickname like that even begin to do justice to a city with such a unique character? Well, that's what we're here to find out.
So we're going to peel back that label and really get to the heart of what makes Nairobi, well, Nairobi. This is a place where completely different worlds don't just exist near each other. They crash and blend together in the most fascinating ways. And if you really want to find the soul of this city, you have to start at street level. This is where you can feel its pulse, where its heart beats the loudest. Okay, let's talk about the matatus. Seriously, forget everything you think you know about public transit. These aren't just minibuses. They're moving art galleries. They're social clubs on wheels, blasting music. They are the absolute lifeblood of the city. There's nothing else like them. And if you're on one of those matatu rides, listen carefully. You're going to hear shang. Now, this isn't just some slang. It's a living, breathing language that was born right on these streets. It mixes English, Swahili, and local languages, and it's constantly changing.
Sagugda tunajamu lembeki, anaku sagugda mwinengi niwe pekeneki, atuzaida nabu masanegi.
It is literally the sound of community being woven together in real time. And this quote, man, it just nails it. Organized madness. From the outside, the traffic, the routes, it all looks like pure chaos. But when you're in it, you realize there's a rhythm, a logic to it all. It's the city's restless energy made visible.
So that restless energy is one thing, but there is a totally different kind of wildness here, something that's almost impossible to believe for a major capital city. If you think the traffic is wild, just you wait. I want you to picture this. You're standing downtown, right, surrounded by glass and steel towers. Then you hop in a car, drive for maybe 20 minutes, and the entire world just transforms. And here it is, the one fact that completely changes how you see this city. Nairobi is the only capital city on the entire planet with a full-blown national park inside its city limits. Not nearby, not on the outskirts, inside. That one detail is so central to its identity. And look, we're not talking about some glorified city park with a few squirrels. We are talking about lions, giraffes, zebras, even rhinos. You can literally take a photo of a giraffe grazing with a skyscraper looming in the background. It is one of the most surreal, breathtaking sights you will ever see. And this isn't just some gimmick for tourists. It's a powerful symbol of coexistence. It represents this really delicate balance between human expansion and wildlife conservation, a negotiation that the people of Nairobi navigate every single day. But this city isn't just defined by its vibrant streets or its incredible wildlife. Not at all. It has its eyes fixed squarely on the future. Let me introduce you to the Silicon Savannah. Now, this isn't trying to be a copy of Silicon Valley. This is a tech hub that's building brilliant, specific solutions for African challenges. Things like mobile money that revolutionized banking, or new tech for farming. It's a powerhouse of innovation for the whole continent. And what's so amazing is that this digital revolution is happening at the exact same time as a creative one. While tech startups are busy coding the future, incredible street artists are painting the city's present, turning boring walls into these vibrant, powerful canvases of art and social commentary. So you've got the organized madness of the streets, this wild, natural heart, and this incredibly innovative mind. What's the common thread here? What's the soul of this place? I know you've heard the phrase, but here in Nairobi, Hakuna Matata means so much more than just no worries. It's a deep-seated philosophy. It's about resilience. It's an optimism that pushes through any challenge. A belief that, you know what, things are going to work out. It's the city's engine. So back to that New York of Africa idea, it just doesn't fit, does it? The true spirit of Nairobi is found right here. In the community you feel on a matatu, the insane creativity of its people, the ambition of its entrepreneurs, and that powerful resilience and optimism that holds it all together. It's a city in constant motion,
A beautiful dance between tradition and what's next. Nairobi isn't just following some script, it's writing a whole new one for what a modern African city can be.
So the next time you hear someone talking about Nairobi, maybe resist the urge to compare it to somewhere else. Instead, just think of a place with a wild heart and an urban soul, a city that is completely and vibrantly its own.